Hey, if I'm in a Zoom meeting and I want to present like a PowerPoint or something to the group, I hit share screen. Is that it? Well, it doesn't say that. It says share screen. Yeah, but this doesn't say that. Hmm, okay. Say that again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Or gives you an option because right now it doesn't give you an option. It says the host disabled the participant screen share. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Morning, Sumaya.
Testing, testing.
Good morning, everyone. We are just trying to make sure all the little details are correct. I'm gonna allow participants to share their screens right now, their videos right now. Good morning, everyone. We are now live on Facebook and the webinar has begun. So we anticipate our participants will begin joining us. We will get started in about 3 minutes.
Morning, Michael.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bahamas Development Bank's Blue Economy Think Tank. We look forward to your attendance this morning, and we hope to share some really valuable information and have some robust discussion. To begin our session, I will invite remarks from our Managing Director, Mr. Dave Smith.
Thank you, Sue. Good morning, everybody. The Bahamas Development Bank was established in 1974 as a mechanism to be a catalyst for economic empowerment for Bahamians. For over 4 decades, BDB has supported businesses in tourism, fisheries, and ocean transportation. In the last 3 years, we have honed in on international frameworks for development, such as the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Our renewed focus will ensure that we are meeting our mandate across the entire archipelago. The United Nations has declared 2021 as the beginning of the decade of ocean science for sustainable development. As the National Development Bank, we are enthusiastic about the opportunities that this particular declaration provides. The Bahamas is categorized as a small island developing state with an area of 5,400 square miles. However, the economic exclusion zone area of ocean over which we have special rights, exploration and use of marine resources, including energy, production is more than 46 times the size of our sovereign area. This presents tremendous opportunities yet to be explored. It is envisioned that many opportunities would arise as a result of this think tank today and others to follow. Our oceans have the ability to provide food, energy, transportation, and so much more. BDB is committed to financing economic activities that encourage sustainable and responsible ocean use. Broadly, BDB is aiming to finance 25 million in economic activities this year in various colored economies, orange, green, and blue. 1 million of the financing is directed toward the colored economies, blue in particular, that we're talking about today. The allocation of this financing will be determined by the twin pillars of development finance: financial sustainability and developmental impact. BDB recognizes that finance must be applied in consideration of holistic solutions driven by data and in partnership with diverse communities. In essence, as a National Development Bank, we are aiming for the lofty goal of structural economic change. Thank you to our esteemed panelists who have come to share how their work can contribute to our future as a small island developing state. Special mention is given to the representative from our sister institution, Mr. Christopher Strawn from the Caribbean Development Bank. The Caribbean Development Bank has consistently lent support to BDB, and we look forward to even deeper collaboration, particularly as we join forces at this critical moment for BDB as we embark on a new vision, a new direction, a new brand, and a huge contribution to the economic landscape. To all of our guests this morning, welcome. We hope to have further conversations with you in the future to help to shape the economic landscape. So with that, I say welcome and wish you a very, very productive day. And I'm sure Sue and her team will do a tremendous job in collating all of the information and ideas presented today.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, for that warm welcome and the opening. We'd like to say good morning, not just to our guests on the Zoom this morning, but also to our guests on our Facebook Live. So if you haven't registered, you can tune in there as well. Now I'd like to welcome the Honorable Michael Pintard, the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, for our keynote address. Minister Pintard is the Member of Parliament for Marcos City. He is previously the Minister for Youth, Sports and Culture. He's a former consultant to the government of the Bahamas with responsibility for economic development as well as tourism. Minister, your remarks. Minister, I believe you are on mute.
Good morning once again, and thank you very much. And let me congratulate the entire team at the Bahamas Development Bank for putting on this extremely important initiative this morning. As you would all be aware, the term blue economy is relatively new when compared to the terms like sustainability or sustainable development, which have been around for decades. However, it is extremely important, and today's discussion will no doubt deepen all of our understanding and knowledge with respect to the blue economy. Depending on what sector you're in, there are variations on the definition of the term blue economy. In the Bahamas, there is an intersection between a number of ministries: the ministry with responsibility for marine resources, the environment, Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Tourism, and of course, the sector that the Bahamas Development Bank is in, the Ministry of Finance. All of us find it to be of common interest to work on spatial planning to determine how we might utilize this shared space of oceans, seas, and of course other waterways, because even inland waterways are impacted by or impact our oceans and our seas. And so collaboration between all of these ministries is absolutely imperative. And so I'm happy that we're having this discussion today. In fact, as an example, when we have a look at today's agenda, you will note that there are multiple major economic sectors represented, including aquaculture, fishing, bio-extraction for product or medicinal development, shipping, renewable energy, arts, culture, and tourism. The one thing that all of these sectors have in common is that they all rely on the sustainable use of the ocean. And perhaps there should be a simple definition for the blue economy, and several international agencies have proffered such definitions. And so if we were to amalgamate them, we might come up with a definition that looks at the blue economy as economic development with due consideration of sustainable use of oceans, sea, and coastal areas. And of course, not forgetting all of the inland waters that feed our oceans. All in all, this brings us full circle, as it is already recognized as sustainable development. The term that was coined long ago requires sustainable use of the ocean, especially for small island developing states. In the case of the Bahamas, an archipelago island spread across a vast area of ocean. Sustainable use of ocean resources in tandem with economic development is simply a must. The ocean and our waterways are such an important part of Bahamian identity. I truly believe that, like many others have insisted, it would be more appropriate for the Bahamas to be viewed as a large ocean state. This does not take away from our identity as a small island developing state, but it is more fitting of our makeup, given the fact that 95% of our makeup is water. Beyond our current reliance on the ocean and the aforementioned sector, there is true potential for the development of additional sectors. I'm sure many of you have heard of carbon credit schemes or blue carbon. This is an area of major potential for the Bahamas, and the beauty of such schemes is that they do not require any sort of extraction of marine resources. We just need to make sure the resources, including mangroves and seagrass, are protected and that they thrive. It takes substantial resources and commitment to protect the environment. I also believe that the government has done and continues to do its part to protect the marine environment and other aspects of it. We are formally designating 20% of our marine environment as marine protected areas, and we're likely to increase that percentage. Additionally, for the Bahamas, the development of a national maritime policy may provide a case study. Its development has brought together all agencies to ensure that there's synergy across the board as we address matters related to the concept of development of our blue economy or marine environment. The stated goals of our maritime policies are as follows. Goal 1, support ongoing economic activities. Goal 2, ensure economic development and the expansion maritime sector domestically and internationally. 3, safeguard the maritime sector from threats. 4, provide for the safety at sea of vessels transiting the Bahamas and adjacent international waters. The National Maritime Policy is based on 10 guiding principles that should guide all in marine management decision-making. They should be considered together and should be applied to all policies, plans, regulation, decisions, actions affecting access to and the use of the marine environment. And so for a moment, let me just lay out the 10. 1, sustainable development. 2, the right to development. 3, ecosystem-based management. 4, integrated ocean governance. 5, duty of care and accountability. 6, knowledge-based decision. 7, precautionary approach. 8, public participation. 9, access benefit sharing. And 10, user pays. Further, this is reflected in the suite of environmentally related legislation that Minister Ramal Ferreira and his team and the Cabinet of the Bahamas have passed in recent years and months. These cover a cross-section of areas ranging from mitigation of environmental impact, prevention of plastic waste, access benefit sharing, and many more, not the least of which includes the milestone Fisheries Resources Act of 2020. You may not know that the Fisheries Act of 2020 now ensures consultation with all of our stakeholders, including scientists, communities, fishers, and other sectors in the decision-making process. The Act also rightly protects the physical environment within protected areas. This is an expanded capability from the previous Environmental Act. And I should actually note that it also requires a management plan for every species that is to be utilized commercially. All in all, as aforementioned, there is major interrelatedness between the sectors that depend on the ocean in the Bahamas. One shortcoming has been identified. I believe that through consultancy work funded by the IDB, that we have an opportunity to correct the insufficient collaboration and communication between the various sectors. Today is a major step towards ensuring that we have this kind of collaboration, particularly on an area as important as the blue economy. We must be intentional, less tribalistic about how we plan and use this shared space of our oceans, our seas, our waterways. This is why I'm happy to be a part of your forum today. I can also announce that Cabinet has agreed to the formation of a multi-sectoral committee to foster the development of the blue economy. I look forward to great things emerging from today. Our collective genius as a people, our enormous strength when we collaborate with each other and friends of the Bahamas, and our rich marine resources puts us in a great position to accomplish incredible things for our people and by extension, our region and our planet. God bless you. Have a wonderful and a productive day.
Thank you for those comments, Minister. I think it's an excellent start to our Blue Economy think tank this morning. We appreciate the partnership and relationship with the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources. As you mentioned, community, collaboration, and consistency are absolutely vital to ensuring that our blue economy potential is realized. Now I will give some brief information about the overarching purpose of this think tank, which is really to kickstart the opportunities in the sector through financing. So today's Blue Economy think tank is part of the bank's targeted focus on increasing financing for the colored economies. As mentioned by Mr. Smith, our managing director, BDB is seeking to finance $25 million in economic activity. While many persons are familiar with the loan products that BDB offers, as the National Development Bank, our toolkit is quite a bit broader. Depending on the needs of the individual business or group of businesses, we can offer equity, loan syndication, bridge financing, equity, leases, revolving credit guarantees, and much more. We provide financing to businesses of all sizes through our business financing lines or our credit division. We also provide executing agency services to governments and entities for financially related transactions. And finally, as part of our strategic and development and initiatives, we offer project-based financing, which combines all of the tools mentioned earlier with policy advocacy and training. Our approach to financing is a holistic one because we aim to support the economy by generating real structural change. As such, we may design solutions that provide extra concessions if a business or a group of businesses has a large positive impact on our economy. Through projects, we can lower the cost of your operations or set out financing for a holistic set of activities, such as infrastructure, housing, and of course, touristic accommodations and experiences. BDB is an institution that has the ability to leverage resources, human, natural, and economic, into sustainable growth. It is our hope that participants today would be inspired and look to opportunities in the blue economy for entrepreneurship and community involvement. This event is divided into 4 sections, sectored into the themes of food of the future, bio-extractives, maritime industry and energy, and finally, blue arts and culture. Each of these themes explores cross-cutting and edge technology, research, or mechanisms that can be readily translated to the Bahamian context. We have attached grant financing of up to $7,500 to each of these areas. These grants will be scored based on a set of objective criteria and adjudicated by committee. The application for these grants has been simplified. Please contact sdi@bdb.gov.bs for the grant information and the grant requirements, as well as scoring. Thank you for coming to the opening ceremony of the Blue Economy Think Tank. Our first session, Food of the Future, will begin at 9:30 a.m. To Mr. Smith, to Mr. Pintard, thank you very much for your remarks. And to all of our guests, please join us in 7 minutes. Thank you.